Let's his reaction on this matter. We have Manny Ocampo, Senior Managing Director of the Investment and Capital Corporation of the Philippines. Good morning, Manny. Welcome to Business 360.
Hey, Robert. Morning.
Manny, let's get started. The debate on whether to ban or regulate online gambling continues, but what's your take on this?
Well, I think regulation is definitely necessary. We tried a bit on taking a look at the online gaming platforms, how to play it, how to sign up, and all. But it seems that regulation should be there to ensure that minors are the ones that are not playing. We also think that there should be safety nets, or what we call pause buttons, so that players just don't keep doubling up on each bet, and at the end of the day maybe losing tons of money. We know that most of the online gaming sites probably have beefed up their security protocols and all, but again, safety nets or security against breaches, internet scams, and the like, identity breach.
Yeah. Are you in favor of a total ban on online gaming?
Well, okay, let me put it this way, Robert. Now, if we ban, people will just go somewhere else to play. Gray market, or what will be the equivalent of offshore gaming operators with Filipino players playing somewhere else or some other. So we might as well. I think if we do it correctly, we should be all right in providing online gaming as a way of entertainment or as a way of gaming. But it has to be regulated. I think maybe the initial part was that it made it too easy to get on the online gaming platforms. So that's something we'll have to restudy.
That being said, Manny, PAGCOR did warn the Philippine government that they could lose billions in revenues if there will be a ban. But can we do without it?
Well, the answer there is always yes. But, my understanding, again, is that the online gaming platform, for PAGCOR at least, is fairly substantial. And, PAGCOR and the other counterpart agency, the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, are really two agencies under the Office of the President that actually contribute fairly substantial revenues, no? And these are consistent. So you take that out, that'll be, you have to find the money somewhere else. So again, something to consider.
How about the supposed job losses in the online gambling sector? Is this worth the sacrifice?
Well, first of all, the people that lose their jobs are probably people in the IT, on the IT side. You won't have to, in terms of number of people, you won't have too many there, because these are not brick and mortar casinos where, you will have a lot of people down in the gaming tables or the gaming floor. No, this is, it's all virtual. So, and there's very little there's very little personnel involved relative to a brick and mortar casino, for example.
Looking at PAGCOR's revenue earnings, do you think they are being properly turned over to the government, and does it give the right amount?
Well, PAGCOR and even let's include PCSO. No, they are under their respective charters. They are required to allocate certain amounts of their net winnings for certain programs. So that is there. The Commission on Audit regularly audits these agencies. So tracking is there. I believe there are checks and balances in place. Do they have the, do they give the proper amounts? I would tend to believe so. The checks that they write for dividends and all that are fairly substantial, and that comes in on a regular basis, Robert.
Manny, there are two sides to this discussion. Some want to ban it. PAGCOR wants to regulate it. Do you think there's a middle ground in this issue?
Regulation, I think will make it will not make it as easy. The way things are right now, maybe it's too easy. You know, for example, the most other international online gaming platforms require you to have a credit card and all that. The ones that are being played now in the Philippines are an in and out on GCash, and it just makes it too easy. So maybe that's the thing we need to take a look at. And everybody has a GCash account. Not everybody may have a credit card account.
But Manny, what's the middle ground? Do you see a middle ground here?
Yeah, regulation, Robert, and maybe a change in format of the games.
Okay, Manny, moving on to the Trump tariffs. There are different reactions now on Trump's tariffs in the Philippines. Some say it's negligible, but others say it will have an adverse effect on the economy. What's your take on this?
Well, this is really trade between the Philippines and the U.S. And mind you, the Philippines actually enjoys a trade surplus vis-a-vis the United States. I think we've regularly been on a trade surplus with the U.S. So this is, I guess, the United States wanting to equalize terms. Maybe you guys should. It's a message saying maybe the Philippines should be looking at buying more from the United States. I don't know, something to that effect.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, if I could, the good thing there is that our key exports to the U.S., which are electronics and semiconductors, are actually on the exempt list. So they are exempt from tariffs. So that's good. Now, agri products, furnitures and wood crafts and food and others are the ones subject to now the higher taxes. That may hurt the smaller guys here that are producing agri products and exporting to the U.S. We'd also like to assess, are other countries that export the same things to the U.S. subject to the same or higher tariff rates? If they're subject to higher tariff rates, that puts us maybe on a better footing. But for example, if other countries are exporting at a 15 or 10% tariff relative to our 20%, then that will hurt our exporters to the U.S.
Now, Manny, a Philippine delegation is flying to the U.S. to renegotiate. Do you think Trump will lower the tariff? As you mentioned, our ASEAN neighbors their tariffs are a bit higher than what's going to be hopefully imposed in the Philippines.
Yes. Well, I think there should be room. I took a look at the letter of President Trump. It's pretty much a cut and paste thing for all the countries that they wrote to. So there should be room. I think what he's really doing is, come to the negotiating table. Let's talk. He's probably looking at commitments from the Philippines on, what can you guys look at buying? That should change, especially with the approved defense spending things from that the Philippine government is doing. So we will actually be importing or purchasing higher value or arms and all that from the United States, and that should equalize or maybe in fact swing the trade balance in the U.S. favor.
That being said, Manny, what should now be the strategy of the Philippines to get through this, or at least cushion or minimize the impact here in the Philippines?
Okay, maybe something that people from the trade ministry and all that should take a look at would be to take a look at opportunities. We enjoy a favorable tariff structure as far as the export of electronics are concerned. we should be looking to invite other countries that may be an unfavorable tariff structure for similar electronics and ask them to take a look at the maybe building factories here and exporting from out of the Philippines. Then they enjoy the Philippine tariff structure for electronics. That's maybe something that would help drive building, foreign investments coming into this country, increasing employment and all that. So maybe that's an opportunity we could take a look at.
On that note, Manny, thank you for joining us here this morning on your insights on online gambling and the effects of the U.S. tariffs here in the Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.